Hey, how's it going everyone? It is Only here. Welcome back to another video course. As always, today's a pretty exciting day for me personally, as Sony has finally gave us some information on what their next generation headset is going to be for the PS5. Yeah, Sony dropped quite a bit of information this morning. It was kind of random and out of the blue. I think out of all these news stories, Gran Turismo 7 was delayed. Sony confirmed that Days Gone is coming to PC, and that's the first of many more to come. Yeah, ultimately a lot of cool news stories, but obviously today's video is going to be focused on PSVR 2, essentially, and what that can mean for PS5. Yeah, as they put on their blog post, first details on the next generation VR system coming to the PS5 console. More than 4 years ago, we launched PlayStation VR to offer a transformative new way to play games on PS4, providing a much stronger sense of presence and deeper immersion to players compared with traditional games. In that time, we've seen tremendous experiences that have propelled virtual reality gaming forward, including highly critically acclaimed games like Astrobot Rescue Mission, Tetris Effect, Blood and Truth, Moss, Beat Saber, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. We've also enhanced the experience for some PSVR titles when played on PS4 Pro and PS5. Today, I'm pleased to share that our next generation VR system will be coming to PS5, enabling the ultimate entertainment experience with dramatic leaps in performance and interactivity. Players will feel an even greater sense of presence and become even more immersed in their game worlds once they put on the new headset. We're continuing to innovate with our new VR system so our fans can continue to enjoy the unique experiences that are synonymous with PlayStation. We're taking what we learned since PSVR on PS4 to develop a next-gen VR system that enhances everything from resolution and field of view to tracking and input. It will connect the PS5 with a single cord to simplify setup and improve ease of use while enabling a high-fidelity visual experience. Yeah, if we just take that information just as it is right there, very exciting stuff. I think the big one for most people has to be that single cord. There's been a debate, ever since PSVR that maybe PSVR 2 would be wireless. I always thought that it would probably be one cable. Wireless technology definitely is coming to be more feasible, but one cable just seemed more, I guess, logical in my opinion, just based on, the consumer product that it is. That being said, coming from PSVR where it seemed like we had 20 cables plugged in at a time, that's definitely a very nice trade-off. Having a console VR experience like that, with just one cable alone is great. They didn't mention any sort of, mention of a camera here, so I'm guessing most likely that Sony's next headset is going to be, using inside-out tracking, which currently is what the Rift and Quest use. I think taking away that external camera is definitely the way to go, and that will make it so much easier. Resolution and field of view are obvious, as technology improves in VR in general. We're going to be seeing better headsets come out in terms of, resolution and field of view. We've already seen that with the current, second generation of headsets. I just personally can't wait to get rid of the Move controllers. And speaking of the Move controllers, one of the innovations we're excited about is our new VR controller, which will incorporate some of the key features found in the DualSense wireless controller, along with a focus on great ergonomics. That's just one of the examples of future-proof technology we're developing to match our vision for a whole new generation of VR games and experiences. So yeah, definitely a lot of, promise there, right? As soon as I saw the DualSense, I pretty much imagined that a lot of that technology was going to be making its way towards the next, hand controllers for the PSVR, because they're most likely not going to use any sort of Move controllers. God dear, I hope not. Sony likes to push immersion. You saw that with, the lead up to the PS5, and that was a big point for VR as well. They like to immerse you into these worlds, right? Quote unquote. Having that in the palm of your hands is going to be great, and I'm looking forward to seeing, haptic feedback, I imagine, and adaptive triggers. Those two for sure should be coming over to the new hand controllers, which will be great to see. In terms of great ergonomics, there was actually a, not a leaked video, but Sony kind of put out this prototype video, I believe I want to say it was like summer of last year, showcasing kind of, R&D development on the next, controller in virtual reality. Whether or not this is going to be, something final remains to be seen. I highly doubt it, but it kind of shows you kind of like the vision of what they're planning. Obviously, the moves currently are kind of this, long wand that doesn't really feel that nice to carry. I mean, it's nothing bad, but when you compare that to like the Knuckles that Valve offers, or even, I guess, just the hand controllers on the Quest, it definitely isn't up to snuff, so that's definitely also very exciting in my opinion. I've always said for the longest time, PSVR was kind of Sony's first foray into, virtual reality, obviously. And even with the design product, it's just using a bunch of existing, items that you already had in your house, like Move controllers. It definitely felt something not necessarily scrapped together, right? But definitely something that they didn't want to invest too much into as it was Newgrounds. Obviously, given the great success of PSVR, Sony's, more confident going around this time. And it's nice that they're going to be incorporating a lot of the, technologies that we've kind of come to expect, with virtual reality as of today. I definitely think PSVR is quite outdated. It's nothing too bad, right? But in terms of tracking and, especially in terms of the cable management and the external camera, it's going to be nice to see all that stripped to move, and it's going to be quite a generational leap. They end off saying there's also a lot of development underway for our new VR system, so it won't be launching in 2021, but we wanted to provide this early update to our fans as the development community has started to work on creating new worlds for you to explore in virtual reality. We also want to thank all our PSVR players for your continued support with upcoming games like After the Fall, Sniper Elite VR, and Humanity. There's much more to come for PSVR, whether you're playing on PS4 or PS5. With both PlayStation VR and the next generation VR headset we're building, our commitment to virtual reality as a medium for games is stronger than ever. We look forward to sharing more details in the future. So yeah, obviously the system isn't going to be coming out this year. I entertained the idea that that was possible maybe last year, but as soon as we didn't really get any information on it, I kind of, threw that out the window. It makes sense, this fall, if you look at it, people are still struggling to get PS5s. I imagine, with Horizon Zero Dawn and, Ratchet and Clank, like a lot of people are going to be focused on getting this system first and foremost later this year. So having two big purchases like that isn't exactly ideal. In my opinion, I think we'll see this thing come out in the fall of next year. There could be a, case to be made that we see this come out, sometime in the summer or early in 2022. But in my opinion, you also got to think about the software. There's got to be a good amount of games available day one, just like PSVR had, and I don't see that happening until fall 2022. It lets a lot of developers, kind of prepare for that window and get something ready for that day. So I definitely think we're looking at like October, November, similar time frame to what we saw with PSVR. I think a lot of people saw today's announcement and thought it was kind of disappointing that they didn't have anything to show for it, but I think people kind of are looking at this in a different way. This kind of echoes, the initial PS5 reveal. If you don't remember, it was like back in early 2019. They had like a Wired article just randomly go up in the early, 2019 timeframe, and it was just kind of detailing these kind of early ideas of what the PS5 would end up being. Things like Astro's Playroom was kind of mentioned in there. That's kind of the same thing here with even less details. If you look at PSVR at the moment, definitely don't think it's like on its last legs for sure, but it's definitely getting there, especially, considering if anyone has any other headsets, you're probably not even using PSVR right now. So this announcement definitely made sense to, kind of have it out as, it was today. They do say we're going to get more information soon, so I imagine we'll probably see this in maybe, later on in the year at like a state of play or possibly around their June showcase if they choose to have one around E3 timeframe. I don't know, I could also see them just waiting until the fall because, yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like this thing is too close, obviously. In terms of games, it's very hard to, kind of talk about here because, who knows what they're making. There's been, rumors about the persistent developers working on some, established Sony IP, which many people are linking to Horizon Zero Dawn, so I definitely think that Horizon VR game has been in development for a while. Whether or not we see, what Sony London's working on next after Blood and Truth, I really hope that's a VR project and that's Blood and Truth 2 maybe, who knows. I think the only one I can think of for sure that I know will be there day one will be Japan Studio. Look at Astrobot, like literally that's kind of the symbol for, technology advances on PlayStation. You see them, day one with PS4, day one with PSVR, and we just saw Astro's Playroom with PS5. I imagine they're going to have some kind of demo for Astro's Playroom or, the sequel to Astro's Rescue Mission, as some free pack-in day one on PSVR 2. Who knows, it could even be a full-on sequel if somehow they can get it out between now and then. That would be amazing. But yeah, there's definitely going to be something there from Japan Studio. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, obviously besides that, I can't really make any predictions here because it's just kind of hard to do. Obviously we don't know what's going on. It seems like development kits are just now, getting sent out, which is exciting in its own right. I think if you're looking at PSVR 2's future, in terms of this year, I imagine we'll probably get a reveal of what the headset looks like by the end of the year and probably the specs. I'd hope so. At least we're going to get the specs by the end of the year. And yeah, this is very exciting. Obviously, a new headset in general for VR is very exciting. It slowly pushes the medium forward. PSVR just recently turned 4 years old, and it's definitely showing its age, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this next headset is to be. It's clear that Sony sees VR as a market worth investing into, and I'm definitely very excited about that, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we get in the future here. And yeah, I guess that's where I'll leave today's video. Definitely, a sliver of what's to come in the next few years, but I'm very excited about what they've mentioned so far. Single cable, DualSense support in the hand controllers. Consider me very excited. And yeah, with that being said, everyone, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. I know a lot of people own PSVR and definitely have very strong opinions on it. It's very nice to have that kind of promise for the future with PS5 getting its own next-gen system. I didn't even mention in today's video, but, the graphical leap in terms of, the extra horsepower that the PS5 provides, and the SSD is also going to be very exciting. So yeah, this is just the start of a conversation that will be going on the next few years, so make sure to subscribe to the channel for more information on PSVR 2 and any sort of PlayStation news and gaming news in general. And yeah, as always, I've been Brandon, or Online. I want to thank you for making it to the end of the video, and until next time, take care.